welcome to bulbs at dinner time. Now, I've got a window of time between feeding the kids and feeding me and Ben, and I don't know about anybody else, but it's mid-October. I am semi-itching to get planting of my bulbs, but I don't plant anything until I come up with a plan. Now, to do my planning, I'm old school. I love writing lists. I love drawing pictures and planning where things are going to go. Now, I do some freelance work for Dutch Grown. So these bulbs are part of my working collaboration with them. So they are sent to me to grow and create content for them. So just going to mention this. It's not an ad, but, you know, I do work for them. So this is part of what I do for them. They are amazing. You only have to look at my spring display last year to know how amazing these bulbs are. I had no color mix-ups, I had no disease, I had no issues. The size of these bulbs, they are enormous. I love them. They're amazing. So I have planned a pinky purpley theme for 2025. I grew tons of varieties last year, and I learned that I really loved some. I didn't love some others. So yeah, I think this is all the bulbs. There's only one colour that I didn't manage to get, which was an orange one called Ballerina. I haven't managed to get that yet. I think I'm going to have to add it because I keep dreaming about it. So to me, that's a sign I need to include it. Anyway, I'm going to use my kitchen table and I'm going to sort them all out and talk you through exactly what is in my bulb delivery. And then once I've done that and I've seen it all and I know what I've got, I can then start planning it and putting it in piles because I just love to organise things. So here we go. It is time to have a rummage in my bulb box. So I have had my bulb delivery. This is going to be what I'm growing for 2025. And I can't wait to show you what I'm going to be growing. It is super exciting. If you are new around here, I actually do some freelance work for Dutch Grown. So these are sent to me as part of the work that I do for them. I did the same last year and grew the most amazing tulip display, and I cannot wait to be doing it all again. I can't recommend this stuff enough. The quality is exceptional. I had no color mix-ups. I planted thousands of bulbs. They were all healthy. They were all amazing. And I can't wait to be doing it again. I'm not planting as many as I did last year. I'm scaling it back because it is a lot of work to create a display like I did last year. It's a lot of planting, it's a lot of compost, and then it's a lot of getting rid of, because lots of the things that I choose aren't perennial tulips. They flower once, and it's a lot of work for just a couple of flowers. So yeah, I'm scaling it back, but this is what I'm growing. So let's have a rummage. If you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You are very welcome here. This is my budget family garden. Although what I will say is that bulbs are the most expensive thing that you will buy for your garden. So bulbs are not a budget item because of the fact they only flower once, really. I mean, they might flower again if you're lucky, but yeah, they are the most expensive thing you'll buy for your garden. So anyway, let's take a look. Right, so let's have a little look. Like I said, I'm going to sort in piles. So Purple Pride, I grew that one last year. Absolutely stunning. I think I've got quite a lot of those. Pink Impression. This was a really early flowering variety. So I kind of had a look through at what was flowering last year, and I've gone for things that flower. So I've got early flowering and later flowering. So yeah, Pink Impression was one of the earliest flowering ones. So I had to add that again. It's actually kind of like a bit of a paler colour than that. So love that one. Right, another Purple Pride. Now what I realised was there was some really core tulips, which I loved, and I had them en masse. Now, if you haven't bought any tulips yet, particular varieties like Purple Pride tended to be a bit cheaper than some of the really, really fancy ones. So let's put that in the Purple Pride. This one, Blue Diamond. I grew that last year. Really, really beautiful. Like I said, I'm kind of going for like a purpley, pinky theme. Right, this one is Purple Prince. Again, similarly to the Purple Pride, it was just another core one, which was really good. And again, slightly cheaper if you haven't ordered any yet. So Purple Pride. Oh, they were a new variety to Dutch grown this year, Imperial Garden. They look like a, on the website, they looked a little bit darker than that actually, but a really nice, dark, kind of purpley burgundy. I'll describe that as. Dream Touch. Oh my gosh, this one was really pretty. I almost didn't go for this one because it was actually quite pink. It was pink and white, but it was just so beautiful. I had to go for it again. So that will be really nice. Now, most of these I'm going to be growing in pots. I'm just sorting out here the duplicates because lots of these are just the same. I might have ordered 2 or 3 bags. Negrita. That is another brilliant one. Now, if I remember rightly, Negrita was a later flowering, but again, a slightly cheaper price for these ones because they're not really fancy. But they were a great purple for late flowers. I think I went for maybe 3 bags of most of these. Imperial Garden, that's that new one again. Imperial Garden. And let's talk about how many you get in a pack. So you get about 10 bulbs, which if you are growing in a 30 centimetre pot, 10 will do you 1 layer in a 30 centimetre pot. What I like to do is mix 2 different varieties and then they will flower at different times, meaning that pot gives you a longer period of interest. So yeah, 10 bulbs or 1 packet will do you a 30 centimetre pot. That was Purple Pride. Oh my gosh, this was one of my absolute favourite, Black Hero. They look really black. They're actually more burgundy, plummy black. They're just stunning. And the black ones were later flowering for me. Absolutely love those. Queen of Night, another amazing dark one. Like, I literally will never be without these dark tulips. I love them so much. What have we got? Another Queen of Night. Oh, this one is a new to me one. Blue Amiable. I just love the look of that. And I wanted more bluey kind of tones. Let's see what else we've got. Purple Prince. Where's my Purple Prince? I swear I had Purple Prince. Oh, Purple Prince. So I should have 3 of those. Blue Amiable. Negrita, another Negrita, Purple Prince. Right, so I think that's nearly all of the tulips. Now I know this is a lot of tulips. And last year I actually grew even more than this and it was just a lot. Vincent van Gogh, that's another black one I haven't tried before. It's got a slight frill on it, but I loved the look of that. I thought I'd ordered some parrot tulips, but maybe the parrots had all sold out, which is a shame. I'll have to double check that. Right, so that is my tulips. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 different varieties. And the colours, so I've only really got, that's more of a peachy pink, that's a pink and white, and they're all quite purple and dark. So the contrasting colour that I'd wanted to add was orange, and the particular variety I adore is Ballerina, but Dutch Grown had sold out of Ballerina. Now I'm going to hold out for the sales and see what orange tulips I can get, because I really feel that I need another colour to add to this kind of dimension. Now, some people like white with pink, but I just don't really love that look. I'm just not a huge fan of white tulips. So yeah, the 3 dark, the 2 sort of bluey ones, plenty of purple, a bit of peach, a peachy pink, and I really think that orange is what's missing. So yeah, that's what I'm going to aim to find in the sales, some orange. So now let's look at the things that are not tulips. So allium purple sensation. This is just a fantastic allium. You can grow it in pots, you can grow it in the ground. They do come back, although some of mine didn't come back so well in the 3rd year. So I'm replacing them all. And these will flower after the tulips and kind of before summer stuff. So they're just perfect for plugging the gap of interest. So I think I went for quite a few packets of them. I'm not going to grow any in containers, but I want lots in the border. Right, muscari. These are fantastic. You can plant them in the ground, but they do spread and they can take over quite a lot. I'm going to be growing these in pots, so you get 25 in each bag, so that is tons. But a good few pots of muscari will just be perfect for my spring display. Right, more purple sensation. That is a lot of purple sensation. Right, next up, everybody needs this allium in their life. Summer drummer. I saw this at Chelsea. It looked really beautiful. It's a really tall one and it loves a sunny spot. So I've not grown that one before, but it looks so amazing. I had to have that in my life. The next one, right, hang on, that's more muscari. Hyacinth. Now I have tried to successfully grow hyacinths for many years, but to be honest, I've never grown a variety that I actually particularly like. They kind of underwhelm me, but I saw this pale colour and I'm going to give it a go. And I thought that with muscari, that might look really nice together. So hyacinth and muscari, so quite a bluey purple pot. Everybody needs these drumstick alliums. They are just amazing. The bees love them. They're so tiny. They're so easy to plant. You can just scatter them in your border. They are amazing and they are really cheap. So they are a great bargain bulb to add to your garden. Right, the only daffodil that I really like, mini daffodil Thalia. You actually get multiple flowers on each stem. They come back every year. It's pure white and I absolutely loved it. So that's the only daffodil that I am planting. And I got 2 packs. So I'll probably do a couple of pots of those. Next up is, I don't know how many of these I got. Maybe not as many as I thought. This allium, Kawani, these are amazing, so underrated. They are really cheap and they are just absolutely beautiful. So they flower the same sort of time as the tulips. Honestly, they are beautiful. I can't remember how much these are, but definitely get yourself some because they are stunning. So I can't wait to get them planted. I have gone for a few crocus, but they're not my favourite spring flower because I find in the UK, we always get really, really wet springs and I just feel that crocus don't last very long. But you can't beat the gorgeous early colour that crocus brings. So they definitely deserve a space in the top of some of my pots. I've then gone for lovely blue Dutch iris. So I added these into the statue garden. Absolutely love them this year. So I've got some more. Iris reticulata. These are early flowering, so great for the top of any mixed pots that you might be doing. So I think I'm going to put these with the muscari and the hyacinth. I'm going to put those 3 together. I got a couple of them. Yes. Right, then we get to the pretty stuff. Oh, I did get more of the Kawani. I thought I did. I was sure I got 100 of those. More drumstick alliums. more crocus, more drumstick alliums. Right, now we get to the pretty stuff. Look at these anemones. Aren't they stunning? Now, last year with my Dutch grown anemones, I pre-soaked these corms, so just soak them overnight, and then I planted them straight in the border. So these are actually going to go straight in my statue garden border. I just think that rich colour will just add something so beautiful. So I really, really love those, and I can't wait to grow them. And then look at these, like the pastel mix. I mean, seriously, I absolutely love, love, love them. And I think I'm going to put some of those in the statue garden. Actually, I've got 10 of each, so I might even be able to maybe do a pot, because actually that colour would look really nice with those tulips, wouldn't it? So maybe I might do a bit of a mixture. But that is what I have ordered. Now, when I look at all of this, it can feel really overwhelming if you don't have a plan. And that is why I said that I always have to come up with a plan. Now, I have spoken a lot with my Grow Club members. If you don't know what the Grow Club is, it is my gardening community. I'll leave the details below, and you can sign up. But I have done a lot of work with my members about planning spring displays. Now, it's really important to remember that the bulbs are just a little bit of your spring display. So tulips, don't flower for a really, really long time. But if you're mixing up your varieties and things are going to flower at different times, then you can have a period of tulips and flowering bulbs from March until the end of April. And if you've got alliums, until May. So you have got a window of a good few months where you can really use bulbs to bring you lots of colour. However, you don't want to just only have bulbs in your pot. So it's really important that you think of other things. So I know that lots of us have grown along together and we've done forget-me-nots, and we've done, I'm sorry, I thought that was someone ringing me. We've done forget-me-nots, and we've done wallflowers, and we've done Sweet William, and we've done lots of growing. But also, at the time when these are flowering, some of our perennials in pots and in our gardens will have started to wake up. So they'll be looking beautiful as well. So it's really important to think that although this looks like a lot, this isn't all going in containers. Some of this is going in my border near my decking. So that's why I need to sit down and plan where it's all going to go, because I don't want to have pots and pots and pots and pots of tulips. I want the tulips to enhance the display that I'm already starting to put together. So I have got, what have I got out there? I've got some lovely heuchera. I've got violas and pansies, and I can always add to them in the spring with some nice fresh ones as well. I have got, lots of perennials which will be starting to wake up. I've got a lovely conifer. I'm going to be adding a rose which will be coming into leaf. So there's lots of other things. So the tulips in the pots are going to be pops of colour to add to what I've already got. And then, the border in front of my decking will have a mixture. I'll probably I'm not going to get Ben involved with the planning of my tulips this year. I'm just going to mix them up in a bucket, the different varieties that flower at different times, and just chuck them in. So I'll have that long skinny border, which will be mixed with different varieties. The daffs will go in a pot. I will have some stuff in pot. The alliums I'm going to have in that front border. I'm just going to mix it up a little bit. And then if I've got any left, some of these can go in the statue garden, but I haven't, to be honest, really thought about the statue garden. I might have to think again about what to put there. But anyway, planning is key, because whether you've got 5 packets of bulbs or 5 million packets of bulbs, you just have to be really sure about where you want them to go. Also, to maximise on your space, and to save you the effort, definitely think about layering in pots. Now, I'm not doing any big bulb lasagnas this year. I found it really underwhelming, and the pots were too crowded, and I didn't appreciate the flowers that were in there. My pots that looked the best were the single varieties, with the exception that the white Thalia daffodils, I am going to grow with Muscari because I just love the white and the blue together, and that did look really nice. So that is a plan to mix those, and I might put early flowering iris in the top of that as well, just to give me that early interest. And then any tulips that I'm going to put in pots, I'm going to double layer them. So I would do, for example, a purple pride, which I know flowers earlier, with a black hero, because that flowers later. So one layer will flower first, and then the second layer will come into flower. So that is one pot. So doubling up is going to give you more interest in one pot. It's going to save you energy. It's going to save you compost. Like, you just chuck them in one pot. So that's definitely worth thinking about. It's not always easy to work out which tulips flower first. And the Dutch Grown have actually got a new website coming next year, which will make that process easier, but it's not the easiest. And then, yeah, things like the anemone. So think about and definitely pay attention to your spacing. So this says 5 centimeters apart. So just kind of work out how many of those you would want in your pot. And just play around and have some fun creating your display. If you need any help with planning your spring display or thinking about ideas, then the Grow Club membership has got a very detailed bulb guide, which will help you with planning a spring display and what bulbs to order. So I think you might find that quite helpful. But it is just such an exciting time. You know, the weather changes, it starts to get dark, it's cold, it's miserable. Some people get sad because dahlias are coming out and flowers are coming to an end, but it's exciting. I've got a greenhouse full of seedlings. I've got a box full of bulbs, and it is actually just such an exciting time to be making plans in the garden. So I hope you find that helpful. Just remember that this isn't achievable for lots of people. Remember that I do some freelance work for Dutch Grown, and I'll be doing lots of filming and documenting my spring garden. So it's not normal for people to buy this volume of bulbs. So please remember that. Don't compare yourself and your garden to other people. You do you. Buy what fits your budget. If you have to wait for the sales, wait for the sales. You will have a beautiful garden. Do not feel pressured to be buying loads of stuff. So I hope you found that helpful. Yeah, I need to start planning. So I'm going to put all this back in the box, back in the garage. I'm going to take a picture of it so I know what I've got, and then I can start planning.